Well, you have that built in BKB, I guess.
Malady in shambles.
Melody is gonna hate this one.
Let's see if you can pull that off right now. The lane is looking a little bit tedious for Gaimin Gladiators. Tofu taking a lot of shots here from Panto, who has just been right-clicking him pretty hard. But on the other side of the map, they are getting first blood, and Watson will get that kill onto Mira. But where will the movements come, and how many heroes are going to go over, especially once we hit that 6-minute mark where they want that power rune? Tofu,
they saw Toronto Tokyo has no TP and has no Quelling Blade.
Bit of a problem, and he is spinning a little bit. But they've got some time to chase him. The Battle Hunger will be placed onto Tofu, and this Courier coming over to Toronto Tokyo, but it'll deliver, and he'll be dead right afterwards. Mira makes the rotation in, and he's got tangos, and he'll shackle, but this is a 2v1 in a spot that he's probably not gonna win. He'll have chicken fingers again to hex up Tofu one more time, but then he'll pop and be inside that Sprout, and Tofu will grab himself that double kill.
So going for Armlet as his first item, can also use Infest Bomb with Puck. There's that rotation.
Both supports are here, but Panto, he's only level 3. Cold Feet's gonna freeze over Quinn, but it looks as though they should be able to run down this Ancient Apparition, and under the tower, he'll die to the Sprout. They bring Mira over. They've got Kiyotaka. They're looking for at least a trade, which they'll find, but they hit the net. It's on to Mira, and he is in some trouble. A Remnant forward will get the kill for Quinn, and it's 5-1 in favor of Gaimin Gladiators.
Bringing in the supports. Supports are doing a little bit more on side of Gaimin, especially because Nature's Prophet infest into Ancient Black Dragon, farming the camp on the side. This allows it to farm much faster, and look at the movement. He is trying to backstab the enemy carry with the dragon.
No Dream Coil. Kiyotaka. He has nowhere to go. He has no protection, and they might be able to get themselves a kill on a Watson. They've got the Ancient Black Dragon, and now they've got the Shackle. It's on a Watson. They'll follow that up with a call and a Culling Blade. And Watson left alone means he's very vulnerable, and they get a kill here onto the carry of Gaimin Gladiators.
Surprise! Lifestealer.
But doesn't end up getting hexed, and now they're looking for this 10-minute rune. Tofu's come over, and he's not going to spot it yet, but they've got themselves chicken fingers and the hex, but the invis is going to be bottled up. They'll look over at this Shadow Shaman for yet another kill here for Quinn. And he's 2-0-2, having a good time, a part of 4 of the 7. Gaimin Gladiators, they quickly have a 3,000 net worth lead. They'll also look for Toronto Tokyo in the bottom lane. They'll have the snare, and they'll try to TP out, but Quinn's here. They've got the Searing Chains, and they'll get the kill. They'll take it another, and it's 8-2 for Gaimin.
Too many roots, and look at the heal. Maladich dropped relatively low, and will go back up to full HP. This is the power of Nature's Prophet as a support. Yeah, we've seen yesterday when Panto played Nagasarn how many stacks he did make, and they do have very good ways of clearing the stacks with Underlord, with Shadow Fiend, even Ember Spirit. Kiyotaka, he's straight up not having a good time. Quinn playing super aggressive with Tofu.
Dream Coil is not going to matter. Sprout's there. Quinn keeps up with him. Hey, you've got a Dream Coil on too, but you're going to have to make this worth your while. And Mira walks over for a second, but he's only going to have Panto for help. And that's just not enough to get these kills. Gaimin we talked about, more specifically, you talked about early, how they feel strong early. Yeah. Especially with a good enough start, and they are putting the pressure on Aurora.
And they are shutting down 2 key heroes. Yes. Shutting down Puck, shutting down Axe, not allowing them to get anything done. Watson will get clipped by it, but there's no follow-up. 2-man chains and 2 easy kills.
Yeah, they will get Mira. They'll look over his Panto. Not much he could do. Quinn's going to be dominating at this point. Now they've looked for the song, and Kiyotaka,
Requiem
he is in
ready.
trouble. The song, the Requiem, it all lands, and they will get a third. 13-2. I mean, they are making it look easy around the entirety of the map. Problem is, they really don't have, like you said, that initiator to start it off. They are going to come here with 4 heroes, maybe start with the Dream Coil and go after Ace. They've got the Dream Coil, the Auto Snap, which means the Ice Blast will land. They'll try to Fiend's Gate away, but he's dead. So Nightfall does get that kill. They finally get themselves another one on the board, but they're going to lose Panto for this and Mira. It's a costly price.
BKB TP out. This is advanced Nightfall. We've seen Nightfall go. Nobody hit the tower. I think this paints the story of this game, how bad it is for them.
Good news is it can only go up from there.
Now Kiyotaka.
Can get any tower damage. They have to stay alive to do tower damage, and Kiyotaka's dead again. 6-0-7. What do you do if you're Aurora? Tofu TPing in, or at least thinking about it to start, and there's that Orchid. They'll have the Searing Chains. There's nothing he can do, and now Panto showing himself. He'll try to TP away. Should be successful. So it's just one, but it is Kiyotaka again slowing down this puck. They have found Toronto Tokyo, and he will commit to the TP, and nobody is there to stop it.
Nothing changes.
A leg up.
Leg up.
That, he's always sitting like that too.
It's really good. No, it's really good for your back.
Oh, okay.
Especially after you sit like that for like 7 to 10 years playing professional video games. Nightfall, he's toggling.
Trying to survive. He needs to survive. Desperate to get away from this one, but the song committed. They'll have Tofu ready to go, but they are backing away.
So I was never getting them off the hook.
Okay, well, what you got to do next time with your catfish is you got to go noodling. I don't know if you've ever done that before, but wait till Kiyotaka gets away from this one potentially with the TP. Sleight of fist, Searing Chains. Watson gets the kill on a Kiyotaka. So noodling, you take your whole arm and you put it in a catfish's little like tunnel or like house. Taking an easy Roche. Can confirm there was some hero damage to that tower. Over bottom, Blink Call, Ice Blast. This is the combo. It can get them at least a kill, but the question is...
Nightfall, he does have Rage available.
Much to ask for another one, and it kind of is. Toronto Tokyo is also going to die here, so it ends up being a trade with Panto now trying to run away from Tofu, but the Sprout is on the mark. Getting a second, and now Maladich running over at Amira. Nightfall will chase back this Naga Siren with the help of the Shadow Shaman, but Watson's coming over. Tofu's in here, Sprout again, and they're going to get yet another. So a 3-for-1. Again, the pickoff potential is there, but they continue to pay the price back.
They get a kill, but they also lose 2-3 heroes every single time.
It is so tough for them to find a way back into the game that includes a clean fight.
Ooh, this time they're gonna take the fight without
Ice Blast.
Nightfall. They still have the damage.
Good kill on a Tofu. It's a good amount of gold, but now they need to get out of here, and they've got the Pit of Malice coming out from Ace. And again, every time they get this kill, they give something up, and it's just... Yes, it's a give and take, but they need to take more.
This is the better trade overall, because they only lose one.
Let a Fist Searing Chains locking up Nightfall. They've just got this Pit of Malice. They'll look for the song, the blink forward.
Watson,
now on to two of these heroes. They're going to have Tofu coming over with a Orchid ready to go again. And Kiyotaka is gone. Serpent Ward's committed. I mean, the connection is on a Tofu, but he's force-staffed away from the Serpent Wards, and they just can't even get their hands onto that. Blink, good call with the Infest, but that makes them very vulnerable as they're going to have to start to run. Sleight of Fist,
Rage in 2 seconds.
on both the Lifestealer as well as the Axe.
Trying to fight, trying to toggle.
Watson, he's going to have himself an ultra kill. He'll look over for Kiyotaka, who will call GG as they fully get wiped, and Gaimin Gladiators take game number 1.
Seems like all it took them to call GG was to kill Nightfall. As soon as he died, they understood that they have no business left in this game. Other two lanes bled way too much.
Of course, if Pangolier was pickable, he'd be doing that first phase. But nowadays, like, he wants that information. And Aurora, they gave him every drop of information for him to shine. Like 10-0-14. Aurora, they could have drafted this very differently. They opted to pick
the good old Watson Terrorblade, right? Like, this is probably his most comfortable hero to play on. It is decent.
I like the itemization from Parker yesterday, right? When he was against Yatoro's Medusa.
On a carry that needs a little bit of extra time, but this Batrider position 5, it can do well. Like, the supports are super aggressive. Malady is going to be the first point of contact.
Yeah, Flame Break pushes him back towards Toronto Tokyo, but the push away means that Starbreaker is not going to land initially, and Malady is trying to get away. As Panto looking for first blood will find it, but Watson might be able to get a trade here onto Panto. The chase is on. Maybe he wants Roche to hit him, and will, and Roche
hits too
will get
hard.
that kill.
I thought he might use Blood Grenade before he dies on Disruptor, just to make sure that they are grabbing that kill.
Do have 20 charges on that wand, so there isn't really much that Ace should worry about. Now, of course, getting back towards full health, full mana, and you can just see Shadow Strike on a Kiyotaka constantly keeping him low, and now even the attempt to try and get a kill here on Amira over in the bottom lane. The chase is on. Maladich wants
the Croakers.
this, but at the same time, Quinn got a kill on a Kiyotaka.
He's trying to get a 9 himself, but that's a level 2 Thunderstrike, and that's going to be a kill. Quinn really woke up and chose violence.
Yeah, seriously. Rotate and potentially open up another lane for the side of game.
Kiyotaka, that's a very aggressive shield crash. Gonna take good amount of damage. Quinn getting close to level 6, might actually blink in and try to go for the play. Knowing that shield crash is on cooldown.
Sonic Wave and another solo kill here for Quinn.
Big mistake there from Kiyotaka.
Yeah, he played too aggressively in that attempt. They even threw the blood grenade here over onto Watson, where Maladich is going to try and focus his attention on Toronto Tokyo. He might die for this, but since he's got some charges, he can heal up. They don't get the kill onto the Dawnbreaker, but they are going to pull Mira all the way back, who doesn't have a snowball. They do eventually burn out Maladich, but Toronto Tokyo had to commit in a little bit further. With no Metamorphosis, though, this Terribly just doesn't really have the damage. So Watson now getting attacked by Mira as well as Toronto Tokyo. Doesn't have a Sunder, doesn't really have any stick charges. Has to run away from these heroes before he ends up dropping.
Oh, misplaying
Instead,
the
he's
situation. That glimpse is what kind of killed Terrorblade, putting him in a spot where he needs to play aggressive. He's trying to go for the play to use... Oh, Kiyotaka again, he has no TP, he has no Rolling Thunder. Unless he gets this kill and gets himself to level 6, he's not going to live. Maladich is here as well.
This is a problem. God. Kiyotaka dead to Tofu. Didn't necessarily need to take it with the Shadow Realm Strike, but why not get a little greedy? Your mid's already having a perfect start.
Didn't want to die
at the moment. And kind of sustaining this lane.
No, Kiyotaka's in pain. He is jungling at the moment. And this is going to be the catapult wave as well. They kept it alive for a long time. Good amount of damage onto the tower, nothing too crazy. But this also allows Quinn to get some extra levels.
Maladich is dead to start, but Toronto Tokyo going to lose his life here to the Terrorblade. Watson gets one, and honestly might start to clean up. Has a second, finds Mira. Tofu ends up dead to Panto. So it's a 2 for 2, but Watson getting the benefits of a couple kills here too. And he's the one going for the Diffusal Blade. So I was looking at Terrorblade's items. He's going for the Yasha first.
Yeah, I like this.
And this is the Diffusal for
This is
Abaddon.
Diffusal, Manta-style Blink Dagger, most likely going to be coming out from Ace. Knows that Medusa is not going to be building most likely into Butterfly, but if he sees these Diffusal Blades, he might actually get it. He doesn't have a point in his ulti, which I think is still a correct choice, not getting it there, because he's dead anyway. He got surrounded by 4 heroes.
Don't have to waste the borrowed time.
Yep.
Toronto Tokyo. They will most likely not need this glimpse, as he is just chased up. Sonic Wave, another scream, and a kill from Maladich. All that while Tofu is sitting mid. With his effectiveness right now, and especially now that he's got an amplified damage in his bottle, there's no reason for him to sit back and just farm. Panto spotted again. Cursed Crown will pop, and he'll try to get away, but Quinn is here, and will use that Blade Mail. Just staying inside the Firefly. But Panto quick, but is he quick enough?
Drop it. Just get him.
Sonic Wave, all right.
Don't want to wait for another 5-6 seconds on Blink to be able to get him there. Ace doesn't have anything to stop the TP with, but Ace also deciding that this game might go slightly late and they might need another carry. They might
get Nightfall. Yeah, there's a Stone Gaze, but Static Storm, can they stop his TP? Uh-oh,
Bramble
Nightfall.
did connect.
No way to stop that because the Bramble's connected, like you said, and really doesn't want to show himself too much. Just trying to find farm outside of these lanes and not really give up his positioning. A couple of Searing Signets for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Again, Panto in this off spot, but this time survives. Meanwhile, Static Storm committed onto Toronto Tokyo. Kiyotaka's going to go in with the Rolling Thunder. They will corral around Tofu, but Watson is here. And now they'll go for Toronto Tokyo, who throws in the Solar Guardian on top of the Terrorblade.
Terrorize still can't get it off.
Get the Sunder even with the Terrorize. They inhibit Mira. They're going to try and kill off this Tusk. They'll at least get that, but Ace Now with no borrowed time, he's dead too. This is really good for the side of Aurora, and if they can get Quinn, it is such a big comeback fight for this dire side.
Ooh, overextending there a little bit.
To the Dragonlance. I'm looking around as now it's Blink Dagger being built here for the Abaddon, and Disruptor wants that, but that is quite far away. Rolling Thunder from Kiyotaka, even looking to turn back on Ace for a second. Nudge. All right. Interesting path on this Rolling Thunder. And Kiyotaka could have just rolled back home, but decided to stay and then decided
I cannot blame him. I would do the same thing. You think you're safe, but you are not. Panto with the Glimmer Cape. They do have Sentry available. Not getting out of this one.
No. All right. I thought for a second I didn't want to jinx it, but yeah, Quinn.
He was ready with the Sonic Wave as well.
Yeah. This time not letting Panto get away. Do not go together.
I can imagine you, like, after school, every single time you had math class, coming back home crying. I'm not wrong, huh?
No, you are wrong, actually, but Ace here, good Sonic Wave, all right, hits on a Panto, a lot of damage here, threw onto the Pangolier, and get that to start. No Rolling Thunder to work with, BKB TP out from Toronto, Tokyo, and maybe the chase is on for Nightfall, who's glimpsed all the way back. Try to TP out, is the damage enough in time? No. Just TPs away.
Toronto, Tokyo, he learned from the master. He saw it way too many times. He's like, this is really a good one. They have no abilities that can stop them from BKB TPing out, and also very nice TP. It also coming out from Nightfall.
Another kill there for Quinn.
Fights are different. Whenever Gaimin Gladiators have Sonic Wave available for the team fight, it does look different. It is insane amount of damage, the pushback as well. Yeah, I don't think Watson's going to go for refusal anymore after seeing the butterfly. You need to adjust your item build.
No.
That's why he was waiting.
Ace has some help from Quinn if need be. There's a lot of heroes here for the side of Aurora.
Kiyotaka's almost dying.
Ace able to blink away. Again, Kiyotaka, despite being in the role, he's not enjoying his time. They've got the glimpse. It's right into the brambles. They hit the terrorize. Snowball. It's not going to save Kiyotaka, but they go in with a Solar Guardian that's going to land on a Watson. He's inside these trees. The BKB's been popped by Toronto, Tokyo. He's got to find a Sunder target. He's still working with a lot of life, so he doesn't exactly need to do it immediately, but to throw it on a Nightfall, and now they go and put their attention onto the Medusa. They'll hit the lasso, but Panto dies quickly afterwards, and Nightfall follows him into the grave. Mira's dead, 4 heroes gone on the side of Aurora. They'll look over at Toronto, Tokyo, and Gaimin Gladiators will get the full team wipe and put themselves back into a big advantage.
Ooh, them taking the fight against Queen of Pain with amplified damage is a bit of a risky one. Even though he didn't deal the most damage, that Sonic Wave clipped.
So no real fear of dying, at least the first time. Flame Break, Shards, well placed, Static Storm in a good spot. Meanwhile, Dawnbreaker is still bottom, but Maladich is dead. Solar Guardian thinking about it. Watson, Swashbuckle comes through from Kiyotaka, and the Flame Break lands on a Quinn, but still working with an Aegis for 30 seconds, so they'll back away with no more Disruptor.
Yeah, in terms of items that you want to have when you have like Medusa, you want to have some Solar Crest eventually, you want to have maybe Vlad's as well. This is what DB also likes to have in the team, but there are none of these items, at least not for Medusa.
Maladich, he's dead to Nightfall, who's in this Static Storm still. Quinn focusing his attention onto Nightfall.
And now with the Blade Melt,
Snowball goes over towards Ace, and now they've popped this BKB. Mira, who can he find? Who can he help out? Toronto, Tokyo going to be hit by the Cursed Crown, and instead they'll look to get this Dawnbreaker. They'll at least get one after all is said and done.
You get double Bedlam, Terrorize, a couple of these reflections, most importantly Shadow Strike with Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain. Eventually you're just gonna lose the damage numbers.
Tofu just blinks right in front of the Medusa. No fear from Tofu at all. Borrowed Time is popped by Ace and Kiyotaka in their face, but Cursed Crown gonna pop. He's stunned for the moment. Quinn goes in, Shadow Strike thrown, and Ace feeling very tanky. They get the Static Storm out, the Kinetic Field, it does connect. They'll have a Cursed Crown. Can they get the damage out on the Nightfall and get the kill here on the Medusa? Looking likely.
He was trying to get the snowball save, but he got clipped.
And this Medusa to get the kill, and GG is called. Gaimin Gladiators, they dominated 2-0 over Aurora.
Man, Quinn dominated this matchup twice. 2 times in a row. First game was pretty brutal, didn't die a single time. In this second game, he did die once, but overall, this was what kind of started the fall of Aurora.
Makes gaming to be in some scary form.
Different heroes and different players, because this was the biggest concern whenever Gaimin Gladiators was swapping out their carry and their support, if they could maintain that identity that brought them so much success in 2023.